at least I know some things, and it wasn't exactly easy, but as you can see, we scaled through. I'm proud to be part of this team. So yeah, to
Whoever this
answer the
Daniel
question.
Babs is, yeah, you answered my question. But whoever this Daniel Babs guy is, seems to be a really special guy to your industry. Just saying. Okay. Um, moving on. What is your biggest challenge so far, especially on this project? What like really pushed you to the wall? What tested your patience and mental health throughout the course of this project?
Hmm. That's a very good question. I don't know if I should answer.
Answer. A fellow project manager might be learning from you. Who knows?
Okay, keeping everybody in check and making sure everybody delivers. We're humans and we're in Nigeria. Things might happen, no light, your laptop may crash, your screen may break. No, it's all these things happen to different members of our team. Uh, just making sure everything goes smoothly was very tasking, but we scaled through again. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Chikamsu.
God bless Power Holding Company of Nigeria, by the way.
Yes, that
They
does not
they
exist
really
anymore.
they really helped. No be sorry, I want to speak professionally. Is it not PHC and they call it? What do they call it now?
They are now privatized, so different branches have their own version. So there's a KD Electric, there's Benin Electric, there's
I,
multiple.
I did want to say Nepal. That's why I spoke big English. But thanks for pointing that out. All right.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's good for PMs to stay informed. So that just a piece of knowledge. All right. Um, since the render guy is not available, I'm going to circle back to CEO. CEO Freddie, what's up? Back to you.
Beautiful chief.
Yeah. So before I go into renders, because I was informed that you did a bit of renders yourself or rendering yourself, let's talk about the product again, the concepts. We all know that every product is meant to solve a problem. Now, you gave a general problem of how there are really no like electronics brand that are like have their origins from Nigeria, which is very unfortunate. But for Control One, what gaps, apart from the number pad gap, what other gaps did you see in the keyboard industry that made you come up with a solution? Like, what problems does your concept solve?
Okay. First of all, I like to reiterate on a few things. So it's not particularly just my concept, it's the team's concept, so our concept. And what problem does it solve? So the first thing is, or the most obvious thing that it solves, is the fact that it pleases anyone that needs a keyboard, a mechanical keyboard. So first of all, it appeals to those who want a 75% keyboard. Some people will see a very good keyboard with it sounds nice, it sounds perfect, it looks good. Its keys are very, very flush and perfect, ergonomically pleasing as well. But it's 75% keyboard. Meanwhile, they want 100% keyboard as one with keypad, sorry, with a numpad. So that already rules the keyboard out for them. Now, what we are doing gives them the best of both worlds. You can have the very cool retro design that you were looking for, and at the same time, you can have your 75% keyboard, you can have your 100% keyboard. So yeah, that's the primary problem that we have on the floor.
All right. Uh, as I never get my hands on the keyboard yet, I will not say it has solved my problem. But that's a really nice one. Then let's go into the renders itself. So I particularly don't know renders you worked on and the one that other people worked on, but let's just go into the general overview of the renders. What was the vibe you were going for? What was the story you wanted to?
You know, not all of them were against just a flush white background. Majority of them had this bluish, greenish undertone to it. That we tried to incorporate that into our renders as well, especially the first renders we put out. Yeah, we tried to incorporate that into the renders. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but there were multiple themes. So we had two major themes for our renders. The second one was your your regular renders for like for physical products, the ones that you put out there for people to know that okay, this is these are the features of the keyboard. The I'm trying to remember the name. Uh the I can't remember the name of those type of renders, but those renders were just to identify the features. Like the one on the jumbotron shows the knob. I think gives focus. So if you look at the orange in the background, obviously the next thing that your eye will automatically drift to is the orange on the keyboard, emphasizing the brand's logo, the brand's color, and then from there you look at every other thing on the render. So we try to go very crazy with our renders, but also use it to guide our viewers to what we want to show them, right? And we also like to accentuate because, to be very honest, under normal circumstances, we could just render the keyboard without those other things in the scene. But then if we add this, that little reflection of the orange on the keyboard, that little shadow in the background, those little things, they give a lot of what's the word? It adds extra details to the renders that make it look way better. Right. So yeah, that's what we try to do with our renders.
Just to clarify, you said everybody in your team is cracked. There's one Babs guy that they have been mentioning since. I don't think Babs is cracked. I think Babs is very normal and calm, like wow, sweet boy. I don't know Babs, but I guess that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from him. Well, that's really that's a really really perfect this thing. What's what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the word. English will always betray me when it's needed. The thing is perfect. Let's just put it that way. It's perfect and it works. I think I really like the fact that we are trying to stand out in a different way by kind of doing too much, but at the same time not doing too much. So finding that kind of perfect mix in between where it shows that you are still like advertising a product and at the same time you're still being very creative about it. So it's not just it's showing form, showing features, showing colors, but then again it's showing something more like showing story, showing emotion, showing identity, that kind of thing. So really, really beautiful work. Final question. When what do you call it, the keyboard is being produced, what compromises in design would be necessary to make it manufacturable? So in essence, from the concept you've made for like a concept will always remain a concept until it's actually becoming a product. So during the stage of production, what do you think might have to change for it to be a fully functional product? Or do you feel like everything that you've done so far will actually work in your manufacturing process?
So according to my mentor, no product is 100% perfect, whether a concept or already materialized product. No one is ever perfect. There's always room for change. There's always something that could be improved upon. And one thing I think we will work on eventually is spacing. Because whether we like it or not, whether it looks aesthetically perfect and it looks very, very good or whatever, we have to give more room for the keys. Because yes, you could clean it with a brush, right? Things get stuck in and you clean it with a brush, yes. But then again, it will be much more easier to remove the dirt underneath if there is a space, if there's more space, like you could easily use. Not everybody will have access to a brush, I guess. So to curb that, we will have to we'll have to remap the keyboard, maybe add a bit of space in the keys to be able to solve that problem. Another thing that we will have to work on very, very well is the placement of the key. I always forget the Cooper key. I always forget to call it the Cooper key. Just call it the key. The placement of the Cooper key. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you going.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, okay. But it's as though I'm hearing you like late, or it's as if you are hearing me late because you're replying me late or something.
Uh, is it still late?
I guess.
Maybe it's still glitching. But just go on.
Right. So yeah, so we'll have to add more space in between. And also one thing, like I said, we'll have multiple variations. So other iterations will definitely have uh they will come separated. So you have the option to buy just the numpad or the keyboard itself, right? Whichever one you want, not just everything as a whole. Um, so yeah, those are a few things that we know we'll have to work on in due time before manufacturing, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Thank you once again for your insights. I hope when it's being manufactured, you get with the special, so special people collect, one on the house, courtesy of the brand. Thank you in advance. All right. Finally, we have the social media manager for Studio Cooper. Abbas Princess, brown skin girly. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Bubs. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Emanuela. You can call me Abbas Princess or Brown Skin Girly. I'm the social media manager and content strategist for like the usual, okay, we're selling this, we're doing this. It's more like we are designing this, and we're trying to convince people or customers or brands that, okay, we can give you the best amongst others. So it can be a bit sketchy, but one thing about it is that it expands, for me personally, it expands my thinking horizon because I have to think outside the box. I have to think, okay, how will a 3D designer or a company see this post and be like, okay, I really like what these guys are doing and I want to be a part of it. So sometimes it can be a bit sketchy, sometimes it can be a bit confusing, especially when it comes to the captions, because in my head I'm like, okay, for instance, when we put up the wireframes for the keyboard, in my head I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to actually put in this caption? Because I normally, like, it's like a flow because I write, so it's really like a flow. But this time around, it was like, oh, Jesus, if I die. So it expands my thinking horizon. Basically, I have to think outside the box. I have to um, see certain designs like a 3D designer. And sometimes I even find myself like reading about 3D techniques and something just so I'm in line with the designers, because something about social media managing is when you want to put up a content out there, you have to put yourself in the shoes of the customers and you that created if it's a service or whatever it is, you have to put yourself in that shoe. So it's like wearing two thinking hats at the same time, hitting the same goal. So yeah, that's it.
You almost want to make me cry. In fact, I said you have to be reading about 3D techniques. That's intentional women. Sorry, intentional social media manager. So thank you very much for your
Yeah, hello,
great sub.
Babs. Hello, Babs. Please focus.
Hello, Studio Cooper. Is this your space? You're a guest. Please,
Wow.
please. You cannot
CEO,
tell a
please
man to
step
run his
in.
kingdom. You cannot tell a man how to run his kingdom. So please stay. All right. Thank you very much, Emma. It's nice to see that you're really going with the flow with Studio Cooper. You're enjoying yourself. You're learning new things. But I want to ask now, what's been your favorite part so far about 3D? Like, what's really like fascinates you the most about the whole creating process? Let's even like niche it down to the keyboard. Throughout the whole keyboard making, what was your favorite part?
Okay, so my favorite part is the sketching and animation. Okay, so for the back end of it, I'm a UI UX designer. Back end, just on a low, sha. So like the sketching part is where the design basically comes alive. Like that's where you put your thoughts, everything you've envisioned for that particular product or that particular model. So seeing the keyboard sketch in my head, I'm like, cause when for like starters, when I heard keyboard, I'm like, okay, hope this is not going to be like the basic keyboard that we see, because if you like check like designs of keyboard, they are really basic, like really, 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 really basic. There's nothing exciting about it. So when I saw the sketch, because prior to that, I was on a call with the creative director, and then he's like, okay, let's put up the sketch first and everything. When I saw it, I was actually amazed. Like, I'm like, okay, this looks cool, and on the back end, I'm like, okay, if this is how this sketch is going to look like, then the final render is going to look really amazing. So for me, the sketch is like the betting process. It's like the incubation process where you cook it. You're basically cooking it inside your pot, and you're saying, let him cook, let him cook. So yeah, so that's one part. And then another part I really, 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 really like is animation. Like I'm always very excited to see like the render in a different perspective, in a different aspect, or maybe seeing it move a certain way, or seeing it do some certain things, and I'm like, yo, we did it, type of thing. So yeah, for me, basically, it's like the sketch and the animations. The animations, cause it's more than just a render. Is putting it like in a space, and then saying this is what it's going to look like. Like for those that have been following up with the page, you can check like our keyboard space, and for like the keyboard space, and then we try to create like a picture where, imagine you had that keyboard on your workspace. It looks very cool, and imagine like you have like those lights behind like your wall space and everything. It looks very cool. So basically it gives you the beginning phase, and then it gives you and then it gives you like what the end look is going to look like. Thank you very much, you guys. I'm shy.
Um, CEO recommendation. I suggest that you change the voice. On your social media manager for this energy, because we need it. Your intern, I will not call her the other thing, but your intern is. Let's not talk about it. Intern, learn from your social media manager. Maybe you can be interning inside our own department and leave the one you are doing
Wait,
currently.
my product manager is just called intern. Sharp.
Yeah, intern now.
The
I know,
life,
I know if you
the,
beg for
the
you,
life
my
we
guy. I
live
know if you
now.
beg for you.
The
Query,
life we live now.
query, oh. Query.
If people know that intern is just another word for a voice behind the brand. You will not overtaking this thing. Please,
Mm,
I don't send inside my email. Sorry, that the Babs want to send inside his email. Like his email should
mm.
be empty. No, the only coupon notification inside his email should be for Monday meeting. Thank you. Okay. So I think that pretty much covers everything about the keyboard project. It was a really nice and insightful space. I appreciate all the speakers, from the concept artist to the modeler to the rendering to the creative team, the project management, and the energetic social media manager. Oh my god. Oh, we
An
have one more person.
energetic person behind Cooper's account. Yeah.
Yes, yes, the energetic person. Energetic is a state of mind, sha. Some people may not see it the way you see it, but yes, energetic. I agree. So then I think we have Far Studio finally back. Far Studio, good evening. How are you doing? Please introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. How you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Good evening. My name is James. I I'm a 3D designer, majorly on products, and I worked on some of the renders. One way to do it, actually, I worked on some of the renders for this keyboard animation. This keyboard still renders.
Thank you very much for your contribution to the project, James. So because of time, we'll have to quickly go with you. So first question. A keyboard, to say the least, is a boring device. I mean, it's a keyboard. Nobody really cares about a keyboard. So, what were the challenges making this thing visually interesting, and how were you able to, what were the ideas that you came up with to make this thing visually interesting?
Okay, so first of all, the no product is boring. That's why you were given the job in the first place, to make it interesting. No matter how boring the client client product is, your job to make it look interesting. That's why it keeps you in the first place. So the keyboard, there was no issue with it at all. It was just basic. Just put lights there and there, then render, check out the quality of the render over and over and over again. So those were the major issues. And the issues just from my own end was like every rising Nigeria 3D guy is a processing power, because when you are in 3D, if you don't have a good system or hardware for the work you are going to do, the viewport is not going to be your friend at all, because of waiting on long renders. So, but with patience from Cooper's end, I was able to make researches on how to dial down some of the over inflated settings in Blender. So that way I was able to come up with some of the renders that were produced for the product actually. Robert,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm with you. Very, very beautiful, beautiful work. I like what you said about no product being boring. I still disagree, Sha. The products are very boring. Yes, keyboard might not be necessarily so boring,
I
but
hope you get
that
you're not the owner now, so you cannot say it's boring. You will take it to someone that will say it's interesting now. So
oh, I said it's boring, and I'm asking for a free keyboard. I'm sorry, it's actually a very, very interesting thing. Actually, it's more interesting than almost any tech product I've seen in a very long time. It's so visual. It's like keyboard. Our keyboard is so special, like a special feature, very important thing. So, and put that in mind. Thank you very much, Jim.
uh,
Because of our time, I won't have that much questions to go on with you again. Oh, let me even ask you this final question, so that this will be the last question, then we end the space. Did you implement any use of AI throughout your creative process?
no, I did not use it during, but on later I didn't for the keyboard, not at all, not at all. I didn't use any AI for the keyboard because I was stuck with rendering. So AI will not bring visuals; it will just give you words, and if you try to implement most of those words, it might not turn out great. So I don't trust AI for arrangement of renders or anything, but for materials to some extent. But I didn't use it. I just recently tried ChatGPT and I saw that at least to some extent, it knows how to arrange some of these procedural nodes. So I didn't use AI for this keyboard.
In 2025, you're not using AI. But if you reach your projects now, AI is your best friend, do. But don't
Uh,
contribute at you with side eye. Continue.
Now different areas of studies now.
No, no, well done, well done. If it's for design, you know AI. If you don't know AI, but if it's for your final
Abba, abeg,
project, you
easy.
have to
My
like
supervisor
AI.
fit dey one of these listeners. So I beg. If you be listening, if you be listening, let me know.
Please. That's why the advisors cross to carry. You don't stress me. All right. We've come to the abrupt end of our speeding process sponsored by Cooper. I'm still waiting for that alert, but we'll not talk about it. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Thank you to all the speakers, to all the listeners, to every member of the team who was involved in this project one way or another for making this thing come to life. And we are expecting the final manufactured something and the animation that your SM social media manager has teased. We hope to see that too someday. Have a lovely night, everybody. For those not in the country, have a lovely afternoon. And yeah, stay designing.
common to book flight. Took me 3 hours to book one flight. Because of the
That's
network, I mean. 3 browsers, 2 hours. One
it
website.
is it is glue.
I don't even understand.
No, the book flights.
We go trek. I
Anyway,
don't understand. See, I'm
I
waiting
understand.
about
No, the book flights.
I don't understand. No.
we started the trek.
May I use
Wait,
bus. May I use bus. I mean, may I use bike. And-
you guys in app flight, what do you call it? Flightly.
yeah. I have the app.
Yeah. Is the paid version worth it? Do you pay for the software or use the free version?
I
The paid version
think
is worth it for flighty, honestly. I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie.
I think I should be on the paid version. Yeah, I'm on the paid version.
I just want to confirm before I spend because I'm trying to live frugally.
See, if you don't respect yourself right now, if you don't respect yourself right now,
Wait, Josh, are you not the one that said that like this coming year we should live like we have nothing and work like we like how do you even say it again? Live like you have nothing and work like you have no one. I think that's the same.
if I know they
Josh, is
careful
that not
like
you?
this, true, I'm not gonna get this. The way this life is moving. Oh,
Oh, good.
guy.
Daniel Bob Rafa. Why do I have 4 hidden listeners? Show yourself. Now 5. You push come outside though. I don't want to hide.
Wait, tell when they are eating.
Yeah, I can see 4 listeners.
Oh, so that's what hidden listeners. Okay. Unless I'm a monetary spirit. So.
Show your face. Stop hiding in the shadows. Are you Batman?
They could be, you don't know.
Don't.
Maybe they are bad family now. We never know this.
Hey, come on, just there. How fun now? What's happening?
Good evening, no idea, right? To design Alpha now, how Jackpot life now.
I'm alive, I do, but within person go do now.
No Jackpot again.
No. But yeah, on the more how will I put it? Yeah, but yeah, actually, it's been good so far though. It's been good. I think I not having to bother about the little low quality problems that usually used to come up back in Nigeria. Well,
Quality problems, brother. So our problems are not even quality enough for it to be bothered. That is wild, man.
No. Effective, right? So, and see, you are like, let's say you go and you're on your way back home. You're like, God, please let there be light. I beg you. Let me ask you.
Yeah. Isn't that what God said when He was creating the world?
Abio.
Okay.
I
So,
was. But wait, if you think about it,
Well, how did it go again? Hey, joy would not feel special if it wasn't for pain. So how would you know the value of light if you don't know darkness?
no, see. This,
yeah.
no, see. I think the main problem with this is that it affects every other part of the Nigerian society. Because now a bird that is born in a cage assumes flight flying is an illness. So that's the problem. It affects every other part of the society.
But you get the kind analogy when suffering go they give you bird that is born in a. I never heard this one before, Sha. Nice one, nice one,
Just the kids in the
nice
hand.
one. Barry, nice one. What's in my guy?
Oh no.
Talking about Buhari. Buhari is no longer with us now.
Exactly, but we're still feeling his effects.
It's
Just like
definitely
the bird that was raised in a cage. You know, they have taken the bird out of the cage, but I'm not taking Buhari out of chief priest.
bigger.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
No, no.